Alright, we're in there again. Okay, right now we got the privilege of changing, well not changing, but flushing the lines. You got to flush the lines at least once a month on the PureFlow system. So I do it twice a month, and it's time to do it today. So I'll be walking you through on how to flush the line and everything you need. Okay. I got a 1 quart container with water in it, warm water, and some Clorox, germicidal, bleach that I use. You're gonna use 1 part of this and 9 parts of water. Okay. You need to make sure you have on gloves when you're using this, and try to keep this away from anything at all times so that you won't get it spilled on nothing, so it won't fade it out. I also have a container that I use specifically for that. Do the flushing the lines with several 50 milliliter syringes with the female adapters on the end of it that I just use for flushing the lines only. And you have the 50 millimeter syringe and the female adapter here that I just use. Like I said, it's just for flushing the lines, and once I finish flushing the lines, I'll just store it back in this container in a plastic bag. So I'll just use this one here just as good as any. Okay. You have the drain line right here. All you required is on. I haven't checked the chlorine, as you can see, if the light's still flashing. I'll do that right before treatment. But all we'll need to do is I'll use one of the 50 milliliter syringes. Okay, set it here temporarily, and I'll mix part of the solution in this small container that I use. I put like this is a 9 parts, because I'm only going to flush it like 2 times. Okay, and I'll keep the remainder of it here because I'll be using this on the second part to give it a clean flush. Okay, so you have that, and you want to add about 1 part of the bleach. Okay, you don't need a lot because you're not going to be just flushing the line, and I do it twice a month, so that keeps it extra sterilized and clean. Okay, just set those items off to the side. Then you need to take your 50 milliliter syringe with your female adapter, better known as the peanut. They usually use the white one, but they have the clear plastic ones that you use. Okay, and you just take it and draw up about 50 milliliters of the solution after you. Okay, just dab it off a little bit. I have a towel down here as well, so it shouldn't fade anything. This is just an old towel I have down here, so it won't mess up anything. But you'll draw up about 50. Just fill that tube up, and then you connect that tube to your end of your drain line. Tighten that up. Make sure that drain line is open. Make sure that the other clamp is not closed. Okay, then you get your good position on it, further up a little bit to get an angle on it so you can flow through properly, and just push that solution through the line. And it's recommended that you just wait about 10 minutes, you know, to let it saturate the line, 5 to 10 minutes to saturate the line, and then flush it again. But for time's sake, I'm going to flush it again, and then just flush it one last good time. Okay. So flushed it once. Go ahead and remove that connector. Okay, you just go ahead on, as you can see, it's now empty. You just pull up about 50 more units. So I just filled it up again. It fills completely up again. So now I'll just connect that to the end of there. Just get that one good push through there one more time. It has a little resistance to it, so you got to get a good angle on it to push it through the drain line itself. Okay. Okay, on the second part of it, you know, after you would have waited about 5 to 10 minutes for it to saturate through the line, then you would just take you can use the same 50 milliliter syringe, and I usually bring enough water, like I say, with the 1 quart to have enough to have a clean flush from this one. Because this part don't have any bleach in it at all. So I'll just go ahead and draw up some of that just to give it a clean flush, to clean any extra residue in the lines. Okay, so you got one there filled with that one, just that clean flush. Connect to the end of that drain line. Make sure that clamp is open and never closes. So, and just push that on through there. Okay. All right. And then they give you most of the centers, I don't know about your center or not, but they'll give you a little sheet or laminated sheet here with some of the items, and that's one of them that's on here, is to control unit drain lines. Okay, and I just put a little note down here so I know I flushed it. And then when it's due again, I have another calendar down in here, so that I could remind you to flush it. I do it twice a month, and that makes it a lot easier for the system to work a lot better. And then you just take that, remove it, and just leave that line like that, and that batch is ready. And that pretty much complete that particular test. And then you can just report the remainder of the water and solution back in that container, and keep a little towel or some type of gauze around. Just kind of clean that up a little. Put those back. Put that top back on there. Clean this off nice and dry. Put it back in your container. Okay. And you have the lines, your actual drain lines. Can actually, if you need it, I just changed mine about a month ago, so and it's in pretty good shape. But they customarily will give you an extra. You have an additional drain line, so it's always good if you need to change it, you can change it. But it's cleaned intricately when the line is flushed throughout. because the line goes through the PureFlow panel all the way to the back and down and into the floor through the complete drain line. So it's not the household drain line. It's connected to the inner part of the plumbing system. So that's why it's very important to keep that line nice and flushed. Okay. But if you don't need it, it always come with your pack, which I just changed yesterday, as a matter of fact. It told me it needed to be changed. I had to change it on the 11th yesterday. So everything is good to go, and I thank everybody for taking the time to watch this video. And if you like it, hit like at the bottom, and have a blessed rest of your day. Bye.